Interesting ending to the uh, Shawn Porter and the Terrence Crawford fight last night.
Yeah.
We can start with Cody. What are your thoughts on the fight?
Yeah, Bud just showed his class. Shawn Porter. I can't. I read. Has to tell me that I picked Shawn Porter to win. I don't know how my mind went to that day. That was my bad. That was a misspeak because I don't know, but yeah,
You really
but
had me shook though. You had me
yeah,
shook when you say Shawn Porter would have win. Like you sounded real confident. I was like, I ain't too really sure about that.
I don't know. I don't know how for that boy. I said probably just talking sick at that point because yeah, I don't believe that I would have gone against Bud Crawford in these times. But but just show the class, outclass Shawn Porter yet again. Show the
Hmm.
power. Show how to outbox, how to fight with how to fight from a distance, and then fight in like for both range as well. He
Yeah,
showed the clinch and everything, and then had him knocked out. Well, it was a throwing from the corner, but
yeah.
uh,
Turn the
a, a
towel.
te- yeah, technical TKO from anytime from.
Yeah.
He's really showing class and why he should be considered. He's probably not skill for skill as good as Canelo, but he's definitely a top five fighter. But
What? Huh? Yo,
yeah, yeah,
this man's arsenal is crazy. All right, I would say that the thing he has on Canelo is the fact that he can fight both stances,
mm.
right? If you
Southpaw and
if you got a
orthodox.
fighter that can fight both stances and switch it up as much as he can to adjust in the ring and win the fight,
Right.
you I think his skill level is definitely better. They might not be in the same class, right?
Yeah, no,
But yeah, to me, Terrence Crawford on paper is the fighter, the
nah.
fighter.
To me, it seems like Canelo could make the better adjustments in fight, in my opinion. I mean that.
Well, I guess we gotta bring them together and see then.
I guess we
I
we will never see it, bro.
I I guess that's the only way to find out. But yeah, in all seriousness though, Terrence Crawford has a lot to offer in the ring. He's been hitting those body shots in the clinch,
Yeah.
um, in those close up fights. Like Shawn, obviously, he has a crazy overhead right that Terrence would have known about. Um, Shawn was throwing those. Some were scraping the surface, some missing, and but I think those body shots start to soften
Add
up.
up. Yeah.
Yeah, soften up Shawn a little bit, and then Bud was able to pick his shots. I think Shawn got a little bit too aggressive, too quick.
Mm.
But
I can see that.
that's his style. I mean, I always knew that. Like I said, he's the bulldog of the division. He's a man that's gonna be all over you. He's gonna wrestle you. Try to get out of clinches, swing left, right. He's gonna do whatever he can in order to win that fight. And I I knew that that's what he would have done. And Bud definitely handled it well. I'll say it. Bud handled it well.
Yeah. Yeah. I also said regarding Shawn Porter, because his father slash coach was the one that threw in told he was
Mm-hmm.
stating that Shawn didn't prepare himself as he needed to in order to win that fight, and it was kind of showing in the fight as well as the way Bud was just dismantling him round 1 through 10 really truly. I don't know how you had it
No,
scored.
no, I wouldn't say 1 through 10. I I thought that like even up to the midpoint of the fight, it was still like tit for tat because it wasn't really a lot that was going on either end. Like you
And
probably
right,
could have give Porter some rounds, could have give Terrence some rounds,
yes.
but closer to like the eighth and the ninth when you start to see Terrence get into his stride and his groove, starting to get those body shots in, started to get that jab moving. I think it was in
Yeah.
the ninth round or so. He started to put out jab a little bit more. It wasn't significant, but it was there. And he started to do a little bit of 1-2s and stuff like that. So um, I wouldn't say it was a whitewash, but in the end, you could probably argue that. I guess.
I will say I don't know how you had it scored, but for me
Mhm.
personally, I only had Shawn winning over two of those rounds. Want to take to be quite candid with you.
Yeah.
I think Bud was just technically superior. So for his father to be saying, Shawn Porter's father to be saying that he didn't prepare himself, it was quite evident. And if I don't know if personally, to me, I think that the fight could have continued. I think that was a premature stoppage on his father's part, but I
Mhm.
do see logic in it. It doesn't make any more sense for his son to continue to get beat up and more damage.
Right.
For what? Because he's going to lose the fight in cards regardless anyway.
Mhm.
So, and he wasn't really touching Bud enough for there to be like the threat of a potential knockout coming into 11 for 12 from.
Right.
It was very unlikely there.
Mhm.
So to me, it was a premature stoppage, but it is a stoppage that could be understood. I don't know your thoughts on it.
Yeah, I definitely agree because after the first knockdown, when Sean get back up, he was quickly knocked down again.
Yeah,
In terms of the caliber of fighter that Sean is, like you don't usually see Sean get knocked down that quick twice,
right.
And I think after he took like 3 or 4 shots in the second knockdown, his
Mhm.
father, like he said, saw that Sean wasn't capable of defending himself like he used to be able to,
Right.
and he said that's it. He rather enjoy more time with Sean outside of boxing, as Sean, and enjoy his son's company, I guess, than to risk having him damaged later on in life. So
Yeah.
I understand that. Boxing fans definitely don't understand that aspect in the moment. Like people want to see people so violent minded. People want to see knockouts. You
Yeah, we
understand?
do.
So yeah, I think people would have definitely wanted Sean to fight on and then a stoppage by the ref or something. But like you said, it's understood. Kenny Porter, which is Sean's father, like he's not new to the sport. Like he already knows his
Been
son
around.
in and
Yeah.
out. Yeah, he's been in his son's corner for almost his entire career, right? So
Yeah.
he knows his son in and out. He knows when he's in. He knows when he's not the Sean that he should be. And I think in a press conference, Sean said like not Sean, Kenny said that he said that Sean like slammed the floor with his gloves when he was getting back up in anger after like he
Yeah.
made that decision because like he was angry with himself that he made maybe those mistakes inside the ring and he wasn't able to defend himself like he should have. So yeah, it's understood, man. It's understood. But
So,
who's next for Terrence? I mean,
yeah.
I think
Wearing out
it's
the
it's it's
welterweights.
Spence.
Uh, but see, I have some tension there with Errol Spence. Because Errol Spence was in the crowd, and then
Mm-hmm.
as soon as the camera panned to him, and then Bud Crawford was talking his talk, hope fighters gonna do it. But
Yeah.
Spence immediately started walking up the arena. Kind of showed a sign of weakness. I ain't cat, but so you
Soft,
think
man.
yeah. Well, I ain't saying Errol Spence soft because that boy can box, but
That boy got
well,
body shot knockouts, yo. So
yeah. So
yes,
is
off.
He ain't taking no.
But that's to show you.
Yeah, look great now.
so. But do you think no Aaron Spence is the guy to beat Crawford, or is he just next? If you understand what I'm saying.
Yeah. I I think Errol Spence is the guy to fight Crawford.
Mm.
Um,
He's
I
next. That's what he's saying. Yeah,
no.
he
Well,
next.
I actually thought that you make next as in the next stepping stone for Bud, meaning that
Yeah.
Bud will win. But I don't know if Bud will win or not because that's definitely going to be a nice matchup. Errol Spence hasn't had a lot of southpaws to fight because he's a
Mm.
southpaw himself. So
Himself. Yeah.
most of the fighters he fought have been standard traditional orthodox boxers.
Stanley Jack
So
in the open stance.
yeah, so that'll be definitely
Yeah.
interesting to see. Both of them are highly skilled fighters, so it's definitely was next for
Mhm.
Terrence. Definitely was next for El Spence. El Spence lost his opportunity with Manny Pacquiao.
Yeah.
Um, I don't know if you want to bring Ugas into this conversation and get a fight for Ugas as well between either Terrence or Errol Spence, because Errol Spence had that retina injury. So who knows? I think Spence is next, but only Spence corner could tell you if Spence is ready for that fight.
The thing is, right? This is one difference between boxing and MMA, right?
Mm-hmm.
The WBO, no, it's not going to give a mandatory. It's the mandatory who we want Bud Crawford to fight. That's the difference between MMA, because in the UFC, we get fans gonna dictate which fights we want to see. But the WBO is not going to give a mandatory to somebody we may not necessarily even want fighting Bud Crawford. But Errol Spence is the most logical choice right now. I think that he gives Bud the most challenge for sure. But they probably get some kid, undefeated kid that we have no idea who he is. Taylor Shot.
Yeah.
This is the problem boxing.
Well, Saint Shawn Porter announced his retirement. I don't know if that knockout like sent him home, but since he announced his retirement, that's one less good candidate in the welterweight.
Yeah.
So I honestly think Terrence and Errol Spence should take this opportunity to do something great with each other. You don't get to see much trilogies and that kind of stuff in the welterweight division. That's like a heavyweight niche type of thing. But I would like to see them fight one another, definitely. Keith Thurman, probably old, not coming back. Ugas is the other guy with a belt, so he's definitely in conversation. I don't know if Manny Pacquiao going to keep on coming since he lost his belt to Ugas.
Can I retire?
Pacquiao?
Yeah, I thought so. I could be wrong though, but
I have no idea. After Ugas fight, I didn't really follow Pac-Man.
Okay.
Yeah.
What he is now?
40 something.
Or is that he almost 50?
Yeah, he up there with Floyd.
Yeah.
Somewhere up there. But yeah, though, I don't. Could we possibly see some British boxers coming across and I guess trying to get some of those welterweight belts
from WBC?
Yeah,
potentially,
yeah,
but
hopefully.
potentially.